Hi there guys, Neil at Italia Autos here. Welcome back to another video on my channel, and I have a dirty face yet again. I'm working on this Alfa 159 behind me. It's going to be having an awful lot of work done to it. I've got a whole host of parts on the floor to fit to it. I've got suspension, I've got wheel bearings, I've got suspension mounts, I've got discs and pads, I've got brand new subframes, brand new rear arms. But you'll ask yourself, why is all this being done? It's only an 11-year-old 159 TBI Ti. It can't possibly be that bad, can it? Well, underneath, unfortunately, it's been parked in the ocean, I think. Everything is extremely rusty. The rear subframe is gone, the rear spring's broken, the rear arms are rusty. The brakes aren't actually too bad, but they do have a bit of a lip on them. But yeah, we've even got rust on the chassis, so we're going to have to do some cleaning up there as well. Continuing with the lovely rust issues at the minute, we'll start with the rear towing hook. It is all corroded as well. Onto the rear exhaust, it is literally about to fall off because it's cracked. All the rear arms are extremely rusty, all the bushes are starting to go as well. This rear arm is just caked in rust. Yeah, the whole rear end is just literally like it's been parked in salt water. And onto the rear sort of chassis, we've got rust coming through all along here. Now, you don't normally see rust here. Yeah, you see rust at the back here, but it's all up the back here, it's all in there. Same on this side, it's all here and all under there. Hopefully it's all just surface rust and I can clean the whole lot up. But yeah, you can even see it here as well, look. Front subframe, again, this one has had the under tray on it most of its life. And it's in quite a bad state. It should have been taken off a long time ago. But this subframe is terrible. I mean, this car is only 11 years old, and it's not one of the worst I've seen, but it's getting there. So yeah, I never thought I'd say this yet, or I'm this old, that I'm restoring an Alfa 159. I mean, these seem like reasonably new cars still, so it's quite a surprise to have an Alfa in this condition that needs so much work doing to it underneath. So I've got a whole host of work to be getting on with. I'm going to start by doing the rear subframe. That means dropping the exhaust. I've undone the bolts already to the top of the suspension mount, so that should pretty much just drop down. Taking the wheels off, and I'm going to drop it all down in one, so I can just take it all apart on my forklift with a pallet on it, and it should come apart a little bit easier. But I am on with an iron because some of the bolts are probably going to be seized on, so no, we'll take it all off in one. So cut to a montage of me removing an Alfa 159 rear subframe. Don't worry guys, this exhaust is down to be replaced, but I am going to have to refit it so I can take it to the exhaust place that have a custom made exhaust fitted. Well, subframe's off. Didn't really run into any problems. There was nothing rusted into place, no snap bolts or anything like that. So let's have a look underneath it and let's see how bad this rust is. So it's going all the way up there. I'm going to have to take the arch liners up to get rid of all that there. All behind here, all underneath there. All here, the sides there. Yeah, I need to see the customer on how far he wants to go with this, because it is quite bad. You can better look at the subframe now on the amount of rust everywhere on it. I do swear this car has been sitting in the ocean. It is actually one of the worst 159s I've seen. Yes, I've seen some of the rear ends rust away on them, but not sort of an amalgamation of rusty subframes, front and rear, the arms and all the floor pan and all the sort of the chassis legs and stuff like that. So gosh knows what happens to this car throughout its life. Turns out it was pretty pointless tying up the brake calipers because the customer sent me some new hoses to put on. Basically everything where the arch liner was is okay, other than a few creepy crawlies. It's all good, and I just need to strip all this rust away, treat it, and then we can start putting it back together again. Another super dirty job that I've had to do, but I've ground most of the rust away. There's a few little areas that I want to go over a little bit more. Now I just need to pretty much just get it all rust treated and then continue on with the rest of the floor. I was recommended by a viewer to use something called Vactan. It costs about £20 for about 500ml, so I am giving this a go in this video to see how it goes, and so far it has done a pretty good job, so I will be ordering some more.
So all the bolts on the subframe actually came out quite easily. None of them had seized, none of them had snapped. Just needed a few slight taps with a hammer, but they will all be refurbished before they're refitted. Now this brake disc really wasn't playing the game. I was being ever so delicate with it, thinking, oh no, it's just going to up nice and easily, so I eventually just had to give it one massive whack with a hammer to get it off. Wheel bearings on 159s, front and rear, are actually really easy to do. Once the hub is actually removed, there's only literally 4 bolts holding it in, so as long as they come out okay, they're really easy to swap over.
Right, it's been a long old day. I have been doing just a little bit off camera, just sort of taking a few more suspension bits apart. I've primed the chassis, fitted a new wheel bearing to the hub. I've also tarted up some of the bolts. I am getting some new arms hopefully tomorrow or Wednesday, so in the next episode it can all start to go back together. Another thing I've done, I've just put a quick coat of stone chip all over the subframe. I've also fitted the front brand new anti-roll bar. The chassis has all been primed now. It's had pretty much most of the day to dry. So last thing I'm going to do is stone chip it. So I think it's best to leave that video here now. In the next episode we'll be rebuilding all the suspension. I do still need to stone chip the rear arms, but I'll probably do that off camera. So thank you guys for watching, and I shall see you in the next video. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I'll see you again. Bye.